All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1030, Armstrong case.
Thank you. You're welcome. You all may be seated. Okay, Mrs. Armstrong.
Yes, Ms. Judge.
Okay, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Well, Miss Tally over here, we decided to have a baby together about 3 years ago. And we got a divorce. And now I just need her to pay some child support.
Okay. Well, you guys are going through a divorce, right?
Well, yes, sorry, we're going through a divorce. I wish it was over already. But I've been paying health care for a long time, ever since the baby was born.
How much is the health care?
It's $111 a month.
Okay.
This baby is 2 years old. We've been together for about 3 years, and I just, that's a lot of money.
All right, folks, get ready for another compelling child support case. Today, Mrs. Armstrong is seeking financial assistance from her ex-partner, Miss Tally, for their 2-year-old son, Alex. She explains that she has been solely handling his health insurance and now wants Miss Tally to contribute financially. But Miss Tally sees things differently. She isn't just concerned about money, she wants more time with her son, not just financial obligations. The judge listens carefully, acknowledging the delicate balance between financial responsibility and parental rights. Both sides have strong arguments, but the big question remains: how will the court ensure fairness in both support and custody? Tensions are high, emotions are raw, and the stakes couldn't be greater. Let's see how this drama unfolds.
You want her to pay child support?
And I need that money.
Okay, she needs that money. You don't want to pay that money?
No, ma'am. Instead, I want to spend time with this child. She's not allowing me to see my son, Alex, for the last year and a half.
Okay.
I mean, I have an amazing 2-year-old son that I'm being denied access to see. And I do not believe that I should be paying child support. Rather than I should be able to spend time with my son and actively be in his life.
Okay. Is there a reason you have not been allowing her to see Alex?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, Judge, I feel like time is not money. And,
Well, stop. Hold on. It's not money. Mm-hmm. But you would agree with me that she is the mother, right?
Yes.
Okay. And would you want for her to deny you access to Alex?
Well, it would be
It's
different.
a yes or no?
No.
Okay, then. So, you do not have a reason to not allow her to see her son.
But she doesn't help me take care of my son.
Now, financially, we'll get to that in a moment. Mm-hmm. She's not going to have a choice if the child is living with you primarily. Is that what's
Correct.
going on?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how often do you allow her to see him at all?
No.
Okay. Now that's going to change today. You do not have any authority to do that. You do not have it both ways. You can't say, I want her to pay this money, but at the same time, I don't want her to see our son. It doesn't work like that.
Well, once she starts paying me some money, then she can also start seeing the son.
Well, they don't go together.
Okay.
The possession to a child has nothing to do with paying child support. You do not decide that. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because in a different court, you could actually be held in contempt for that if you all had a court order and you were denying her access to your son. You understand that, right?
Yes, Judge.
Mrs. Armstrong presents her case, emphasizing that she has been the primary caregiver for their son, Alex, and has been covering his $111 monthly health insurance on her own. Frustrated by Miss Tally's lack of financial contribution, she insists it's time for her ex to start paying child support. But then comes a shocking admission. Mrs. Armstrong reveals that she has been denying Miss Tally access to their son for the past year and a half. The judge listens intently, recognizing the growing tension between financial responsibility and parental rights. Mrs. Armstrong's focus on money over co-parenting raises serious concerns, and the judge doesn't hesitate to call her out. As Miss Tally prepares to defend herself, the courtroom atmosphere grows intense. Emotions are running high, and the stakes couldn't be greater. Now, the big question looms. Will the judge enforce a fair balance between financial support and a parent's right to be in their child's life?
Now, as for you, you'll be able to see your son, but you do understand that you have to pay child support as well.
Absolutely, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you do not have any objection to paying
No,
child
ma'am.
support. Okay, so you heard that, right? Okay, all right. So it seems like money is what's important to you, not necessarily her having a relationship with the child. That's right?
Yes.
And that's sad. And it's very sad that you admitted it. Okay, so you turned in some tax returns up here. I have your gross at $6,000 a year. And how many children? It's just Alex, right?
It's just one. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any other children outside of Alex?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So that brings your net down to $4,789.79 for one child. And then you do have to reimburse her health insurance because she's
Absolutely.
been paying it. You're okay with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you don't really have a choice, so okay. Plus the 111 comes out to $1,069 a month.
Okay. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any questions about that?
No, ma'am, Miss Judge.
Okay. Why do you have this smirk on your face?
Oh, I like those numbers. Judge Rhonda.
Sad. She's not going to have to come back in here and say, you know, she's not letting me see my child or anything like that, is she?
So when she sees the child, do I have to be around?
That's a no, because you're not going to do that, right? You're going to let her see the child.
Do I
Yes.
have to be around her when she comes? She has to come pick the child up, like for a weekend?
Yeah, however she picks him up.
Miss Tally steps forward, making it clear that she wants more than just a financial role in her son Alex's life. She wants to spend real time with him. She accuses Mrs. Armstrong of using money as leverage to control her access to their child. But the judge isn't swayed by emotions alone. With a firm tone, they remind Miss Tally that child support and parenting time are two separate legal matters. At the same time, Mrs. Armstrong gets a stern warning. Denying Miss Tally access to their son could have serious legal consequences. Miss Tally stands her ground, stating that she is more than willing to contribute financially, but she refuses to be pushed out of Alex's life. She wants to be an active parent, not just a paycheck. The courtroom is thick with tension as both parents struggle to find common ground. With emotions flaring and the stakes higher than ever, one crucial question remains. Can they reach a fair resolution for Alex's future?
I mean, you guys have a child, so you should be able to be cordial with each other to some extent. You don't have to necessarily like each other, but
It has
you
to
do
be
need
able
to
to
let her
benefit the
see.
child.
Huh?
It has to be able to benefit the child. I mean, you have to look at Alex's best interest in his life. He needs both of his moms as life. You can't just deny one.
What's the
agree
least
with that.
of amount of time that I can let her spend with my child?
You know what? We're not going to go there. You're going to let her see him, and that's the end of it. You have your money, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. So do you have...
As the case comes to a close, the judge takes a moment to reflect on the key legal principles at stake. In Texas, child support and parenting time are separate issues, and withholding access to a child can lead to serious legal consequences. She emphasizes the importance of co-parenting, urging both parents to set aside personal conflicts and focus on what truly matters, Alex's well-being. The judge also delivers a firm reminder: court orders are not optional. Dodging responsibilities, whether financial or parental, ultimately harms the child. Parents must find a way to work together, ensuring their child receives both financial support and emotional stability. The episode ends with a powerful message. If you know someone in a similar situation, share their story, because a child's future is shaped by the decisions made in court. With a mix of tough love and accountability, the judge leaves both parents and the audience with one final thought: when it comes to raising a child, their needs must always come first.